I needed the money. That's the only reason I was out there at all, 3 hours from anything resembling a town, driving a logging road that hadn't seen official use in probably 15 years. I'd been laid off from the mill 2 months earlier, and my savings were gone. My sister Sarah was the one who found me the work. She didn't have much herself, single mom, 2 kids, working double shifts at the hospital. But she'd always looked out for me. When I told her I was 2 weeks from eviction, she made some calls. Her friend's uncle owned timberland up in the Cascades and needed someone to check the access roads for squatters and gate damage. $500 cash for a weekend's work. Just promise me you'll be careful, she'd said when she gave me the map. And call me when you get back down. The boys want to see their uncle. I promised. I always promised Sarah. She'd raised me after our parents died, put off college to make sure I graduated high school. I owed her everything. The map was barely legible, photocopied too many times. 3 routes marked in faded pencil. The third one, Forest Service Road 2847, had a note next to it, check cabin, lock if open. I found the turnoff just after noon. The gate was gone, just rusted posts and a chain in the weeds. The road was overgrown but solid underneath. I drove slow, branches scraping my truck, rain turning everything gray. After 2 miles, the cabin appeared in a clearing on the left. It was small, maybe 20 feet square, milled lumber instead of logs. Metal roof intact. Windows still had glass. The door stood open about 6 inches. I sat in my truck, engine running, looking at the place. Every other Forest Service cabin I'd seen was trashed. Windows smashed, doors torn off, walls covered in graffiti. This one looked maintained. The clearing was clear of brush. The stoop was level. The doorframe was straight. I grabbed my flashlight and got out. Rain soaked through my jacket immediately. I walked to the cabin and pushed the door open with my boot. Single room. Wood stove in the corner. Narrow cut against the back wall. Table and 2 chairs. Shelves with old canned goods, labels too faded to read. The place was clean. Swept floor, no cobwebs, no dust. On the table sat a composition notebook and a brass key on a leather cord. I picked up the key first. Old, worn smooth, the kind for a padlock. I checked, the door no lock. Windows no locks. Nothing in the cabin that needed a key. I opened the notebook. First page, 1 line in block letters, do not replace the 0 marker. Every other page was blank. I stood there reading that line over and over, 0 marker. I had no idea what it meant. I put the notebook down and walked outside, checking the perimeter. I found the first stake about 20 feet into the trees. White painted post, 3 feet tall, number carved on top, 1. I found 11 more, evenly spaced around the clearing. Numbers 1 through 12. No 0. I walked the circle twice, checking for gaps, empty positions. Any sign of 13th marker had been removed. The spacing was perfect. No missing spots. I went back to the cabin and checked my watch. 2047 p.m. I should leave, finish the inspection, get back before dark. But the rain was getting heavier, and the road would be slick. Safer to wait it out. I built a fire in the wood stove. The wood stack behind it was full and dry. Heat filled the cabin fast. I sat at the table and ate a sandwich from my cooler. That's when I noticed the cans on the shelf. I got up and counted them. 12 total. Same as the markers. 12 cans, 12 stakes. 1 key, with nothing to unlock. 1 warning about a marker that didn't exist. I sat back down, staring at the fire. My phone had no signal. I'd checked earlier. The closest house was probably 10 miles down a road that would be mud by now. At 4:15 p.m., I decided to leave. The rain had slowed to drizzle. I walked to my truck and reached for the door handle. Locked. I tried the handle again. Locked solid. I never locked my truck out here. Never. I checked my pockets. No keys. I'd left them in the ignition. I looked through the window. The ignition was empty. Keys were gone. All 4 doors locked. I checked the truck bed. Nothing. I went back to the cabin and searched the tables, shelves, floor. No keys anywhere. Just the brass key on the leather cord. I took it outside and tried it on the truck door, knowing it wouldn't work. It didn't. I stood in the rain, trying to think. No phone signal. No keys. Miles from anywhere. The cabin was dry and warm and stocked with food. I could wait until morning, hike out if I had to. Sarah expected me back tomorrow anyway. She wouldn't worry until tomorrow night. I went back inside and added wood to the fire. Light was fading. I found a Coleman lantern and got it working. The cabin glowed soft white. I ate peaches from one of the cans. Thick and sweet. I sat at the table and tried to make sense of everything. None of it connected. At 7 p.m. I heard footsteps outside. Slow, deliberate, circling the cabin. I went to the window. The clearing was empty. The footsteps continued, gravel scraping, branches cracking. I grabbed my flashlight and opened the door. Shined light into the clearing. Nothing. The footsteps stopped. I closed the door and watched from the window. After 10 minutes of nothing, I noticed marker number 7. It was closer than before. Just a foot, maybe less. But I'd walked that perimeter twice. I knew the distances. Number 7 was definitely closer. I sat back down. My hands were shaking. Ground settling, I told myself. Animals moving it. Anything rational. At 8 p.m., the footsteps came again. 12 sets, synchronized, circling 3 times before stopping. I looked out the window. All 12 markers had moved. 2 feet closer, tightening the circle. I backed away from the window. This wasn't settling. This wasn't animals. The markers were moving. I thought about the notebook. Do not replace the 0 marker. 12 markers, 12 cans, 12 hours maybe. I checked my watch. 8:17 p.m. I fed the fire, filling the stove completely. As long as it burned hot, maybe the markers would stop. At 9 p.m., footsteps again. 12 slow circuits. I didn't look, I just listened. At 10 p.m., the same. At 11 p.m., again. Each time, I added wood. The stack was getting low. Maybe 2 hours left. At midnight, the footsteps stopped completely. I waited, listening. Just rain and fire. I looked out the window. The markers were gone. All 12. The clearing was empty. I turned around. The cans were gone from the shelf. The table had 13 chairs now. 12 around the edges, 1 in the center. I ran to the door and grabbed the handle, locked from the outside. I tried the windows, frozen shut. I hit the glass with a chair. The chair broke. The glass didn't crack. I looked at the brass key. Tried it on the door. Didn't fit. Tried the wood stove. Nothing. I searched desperately. There had to be something it opened. Under the cot, I found a white painted box with a brass keyhole. The key fit. The box opened. Inside was a wooden stake, 4 inches long. Number carved on top, 0. The 0 marker. Someone had removed it, locked it away, left the key as a warning. I stared at it, hands shaking. The markers weren't hours, they were positions, 12. Around the circle, 1 in the center. Remove the center and the circle collapses. Replace it, and the fire was dying. I had maybe 30 minutes of wood left. I had 2 choices, stay inside and see what happened when the fire went out, or go outside and put the marker back. I opened the door. It swung open easily now. The clearing was dark and silent. I stepped outside holding the stake. In the exact center of the clearing was a hole, perfectly round, exactly the right size. I should have understood, but I was terrified and desperate, and the fire was dying. I put the stake in the hole. It slid down smooth like a key in a lock. The 12 markers erupted from the ground around me. Not at the tree line, right next to me. 5 feet away. A tight circle with me at the center. The numbers started changing. 1 became 2. 2 became 3. I tried to run. Made it 2 steps before hitting resistance. like walking through deep water. I pushed harder. The resistance increased. 3 became 4. 4 became 5. I grabbed the 0 marker and tried to pull it out. Wouldn't budge. I dug with my hands, tearing wet soil. The stake went down at least 3 feet. 5 became 6. 6 became 7. Footsteps. Not circling. Coming toward me. 12 sets converging on center. I couldn't see what made them. 7 became 8. I ran at the marker circle. Tried to push through. Hit a wall and bounced back, landing in mud. 8 became 9. The footsteps were close, breathing now. 12 voices whispering words I couldn't understand. 9 became 10. I looked at the cabin. Door closed. Windows dark. Smoke from the chimney even though the fire had died. 10 became 11. I closed my eyes. 11 became 12. The whisper stopped. 12 became 0. I opened my eyes in my truck. Engine running. Parked in the clearing. The cabin sat 20 feet away. Door closed, looking exactly like it had when I first arrived. I checked my watch. 2047 p.m. The same time I'd gotten here. I looked at my hands. Clean. No mud. My jacket was dry. The sandwich in my cooler was uneaten. I sat there trying to breathe. A dream. That's all it was. I'd fallen asleep in the truck, dreamed the whole thing. But I could remember every detail. The fire. The footsteps. The markers closing in. The 0 stake sliding into the ground. I checked my phone. October 28, 2047 p.m. 1 missed call from Sarah. Timestamped 1:15 p.m. I called her back. Hey, she answered. You okay? Yeah. Just checking the last road. I'll be home tomorrow. The boys made you a card. They're excited to see you. Something in my chest tightened. Tell them I miss them. Be careful up there. And call me when you're down, okay? I will. I hung up and sat there for a minute. Just a dream, that's all. I got out and walked to the cabin. The door was closed. I opened it. Everything was the same. Clean room, wood stove, cot. Table with 2 chairs, shelves with 12 cans. The notebook was on the table. I opened it. First page. Do not repulse the 0 marker. I flipped through the rest. All blank. I put it down and left. Got in my truck and drove down the mountain without looking back. I hit the highway at 4:30 p.m. and drove straight to Sarah's house. She opened the door looking surprised. You're back early. I thought you said tomorrow. Finished faster than I thought. My nephews ran up and hugged my legs. 7 and 9 years old, both talking at once about school and Halloween costumes. Sarah made coffee, and we sat at her kitchen table while the boys showed me their drawings. Everything felt normal, real, solid. I left around 8 and went back to my apartment. Slept hard, dreamless. The check from Russell arrived 3 days later. $500, like promised. I cashed it and paid my rent. I should have forgotten about it. Moved on. Found another job. But I kept thinking about the cabin, the markers, the 0 stake, the feeling of the circle closing around me. 2 weeks later, Sarah called. Have you noticed anything weird with time lately? She asked. My stomach dropped. What do you mean? I don't know. I feel like I'm losing chunks of the day. Like I'll be at work and suddenly it's an hour later and I don't remember what happened. The boys noticed too. Yesterday Jake said we ate breakfast twice. You're probably just tired. Double shifts will do that. Maybe. She didn't sound convinced. Have you felt anything like that? No, I lied. I feel fine. We talked for a few more minutes and hung up. I sat on my couch, hands shaking. I checked my watch. 6:47 a.m. I'd woken up at 6:30, made coffee, called Sarah. Normal morning. I watched the second hand sweep around the watch face. 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3. At 7 a.m., my watch stopped. I looked at my phone. 6:47 a.m. I looked at my microwave clock. 6:47 a.m. I waited 5 minutes. Nothing changed. I went to the window. The street was empty. No cars, no people. My neighbor, who always left at 7, wasn't there. I grabbed my keys and went outside. The street was silent. I walked 2 blocks. Nothing. No traffic. No movement. I went back inside. Checked the time. 6:47 a.m. I understood then. The 13 minutes between 6047 and 7 often. The missing time. I was living it over and over. I checked my jacket pocket, the one I'd worn to the cabin. The brass key was there. I didn't remember taking it. And in the other pocket, something wooden. I pulled it out slowly. A stake. 4 inches long. Carved with the number 0. I'd left it in the ground. I'd driven away. But here it was. I looked at my watch. 6:47 a.m. I called Sarah. She answered on the second ring. David, you okay? Yeah, when did we talk earlier? We didn't. I haven't talked to you in 3 days. But I just called you. You asked about losing time. I didn't call you. David, what's wrong? I hung up and sat down. The conversation about her losing time that hadn't happened yet. Or it had happened in a loop that kept her racing. I tried calling her back. Straight to voicemail. I looked at the time. Still 6:47 a.m. Every day since I left the cabin, I'd been living these 13 minutes on repeat. But it hadn't affected anyone else. The loop was just mine. Until now, I drove back to FSR 2847. The road was worse than before, nearly impassable. I hiked the last 2 miles. The cabin was still there. Door closed. Markers at the tree line. I walked to the center of the clearing. The 0 marker was gone. Just a hole in the ground where I'd planted it. But I had it in my pocket. How could it be in 2 places? I pulled it out and looked at it. The number had changed. It read 13 now. I heard footsteps behind me. I turned around. 12 figures stood at the tree line. Tall, thin, wearing clothes from different decades. They didn't move. They just watched. I looked closer at the nearest one. His face was familiar. Young, maybe 25. He was wearing a surveyor's vest. Behind him, others. A logger. A Forest Service ranger. A hiker. Different people from different times. All of them holding wooden stakes carved with numbers. The one in the surveyor's vest stepped forward. He held up his stake. Number 1. He spoke, voice dry like old paper. You became the center, the 13th position. But the circle always needs 12. I looked at the stake in my hand. Number 13. Every loop, he continued. You steal 13 minutes from someone else. Someone close to you. Eventually they'll notice. Eventually they'll come looking. And when they find what you found, they'll take the next position. Sarah, I whispered. He nodded. She's already losing time. In 3 days, she'll drive up here. She'll find the cabin. She'll see the notebook, and she'll try to help you. No, I'll warn her. I'll tell her not to come. You already did. Every loop. She doesn't listen. She's your sister. She'll try to save you. I looked at the 12 figures. All of them had tried to save someone. All of them had taken positions in the circle. There's only one way to stop it, the surveyor said. Put your marker back, take your position. The circle completes, the loop closes, but you'll be here, forever, and Sarah stays safe. I looked at the stake in my hand. Number 13. I looked at the hole in the ground. I thought about Sarah. Her double shifts. Her 2 boys. The way she'd raised me after our parents died. The way she'd found me this job because I needed money. I thought about her driving up here in 3 days. Finding the cabin. Reading the notebook. Trying to save me. I thought about her taking position number 14. I knelt down and put the stake in the hole. It slid in, smooth. The 12 figures stepped forward. They formed a circle around me, each one holding their stake. The surveyor planted his first. Number 1, then the others. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I felt the resistance lock into place. The circle was complete. The surveyor looked at me one last time. We all chose this. We all protected someone. Now you'll stand watch too. When the next person comes, you'll warn them. And if they don't listen, you'll explain the choice. The figures faded. Not disappeared, faded. Like old photographs. I could still see them standing at their positions, but they were translucent now. Ghosts marking the circle. I looked down at my hands. I could see through them to the ground. I tried to move. Couldn't. I was rooted to the center, same as the zero marker. Same as the stake I'd planted. I checked my watch. It was running again. 7:01 a.m. October 28th. The loop was broken. Time was moving forward. Sarah would be safe, but I was here, in the center, forever. 3 days later, I saw Sarah's car pull into the clearing. She got out slowly, looking at the cabin. She walked toward it, stopped, then turned and looked right at me. She couldn't see me, I was sure of it, but she was looking at the exact spot where I stood. She walked closer. I tried to speak. Couldn't. Tried to move. Couldn't. Tried to move. Couldn't. She stopped 5 feet away. "David?" I was screaming, but no sound came out. She knelt down and brushed away leaves from the ground. She found the circle of markers, started counting them. 1, 2, 3. No, no. Don't count them. Don't complete the circle. 10, 11, 12. She looked at the center, at me. 13. She could see me now, faint, like the others, but visible. "Oh God, David, what did you do?" I tried to speak. My voice came out like wind through trees. "Go. Leave. Don't try to help." She was crying. "I can't just leave you here. You have to. The boys, they need you. Please." She stood there for a long time, tears running down her face. Then she pulled something from her pocket. The notebook from the cabin. "I read it," she said. "I know what it says. Do not replace the zero marker, but I also found something else." She opened the notebook to the last page. There was writing there now. My handwriting. "If you're reading this, I'm already in the circle. Don't try to free me. Don't touch the markers. Don't bring anything from the cabin. Just leave. Take care of the boys. Live your life. I made this choice so you could have yours. I love you. David." She read it twice, then closed the notebook. "I'm sorry," she whispered. "I'm so sorry." She set the notebook on the ground in front of me, then turned and walked back to her car. I watched her drive away. The notebook sat there for a moment, then faded like everything else, absorbed into the circle, part of the warning for the next person. I don't know how long I've been here. Time moves differently at the center. Sometimes hours pass like minutes. Sometimes minutes stretch into days. But I know Sarah is safe. I know the boys are growing up. I know I made the right choice. The 12 figures around me, I've learned their names, learned their stories. They all chose this. All protected someone they loved. We stand watch together now, waiting for the next person who doesn't listen. The next person who replaces the zero marker. And when they take the center position, one of us will finally fade completely. Released because someone took our place. I hope it's not for a long time. I hope no one else finds this cabin. I hope no one else makes the same choice. But if you're reading this, if you found the notebook, if you're standing in the clearing looking at 12 white markers, don't count them. Don't look for the 13th. And whatever you do, do not replace the zero marker. Just leave. Drive away. I should have kept driving. I wish to God I had kept driving.